Guys, I just want to point out to y'all. I mean, I'm sure most of you probably have enough common sense to vet everything you read, and I just want to make sure you're aware. Everybody, from CNN to MSNBC to Infowars to Drudge Report to Zero Hedge to you name it, everybody that has some kind of news agency is all going to have their own different opinion on things in the world, and they are all going to have their own agendas, whatever that may be. The simple fact is, 100% unbiased news is never, um, it doesn't really exist. Everybody has an opinion, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, everybody's allowed to have their opinion, but whether by intention or by accident, some of these sites will from time to time release things that can be misleading. And I'm not saying I've never done it, but I try my very best not to. Now, what we're looking at here is Drudge Report. Now, granted, they've been on a big push for Trump for quite a while, just like InfoWars, just like a lot of places, because, yes, we all know the mainstream media was completely lying about the whole election the whole time, so much so that they had to come out and apologize for all the lying that they did, but then turn around and want to say all the people that were telling the real news and telling the truth are all fake. Now, keep in mind that Matt Drudge doesn't write most of these articles that come up on Drudge Report. They're usually links to articles made by other people. But I do think that occasionally, from time to time, even on Drudge Report, you will find stuff that is very misleading. And I found that today, and I wanted to make sure that viewers were aware of this gross oversight that was made by Matt Drudge today, in my opinion. Now, obviously, what we have down here is a story that's referencing Donald Trump. So the chances are he just kind of got the gist of that it was about Trump. It kind of went along with this Trump thing that he's been doing for quite a while now, and he didn't realize that he was giving people some very sketchy information. So this says here, I'm no Clinton, French presidential favorite says. Okay, this is straight off a Drudge Report. And they're basically asking him if something like that would happen in America when Trump beat Hillary, if something like that could happen to him. There's a whole ton of articles, if you were to go to look, that say that this guy here, his name is Jupp, is going to win by a landslide. Okay. Now it talks about, he says, I'm not Hillary Clinton, and this is France, not America, something like that. Can't happen here. Keep in mind, this is through Yahoo, and they put out some bogus, misleading crap all the time. And he says he's up against people like ex-president Nicholas Sarkozy and another former prime minister, Francois Fillon. Okay, and he says his ratings have slipped a little bit, but he's pretty much got it in the bag. And you go down here to the comments, and I already knew it was going to be here. Le Pen. Marine Le Pen. Marine Le Pen, right? Let's see if she's on there some more. Looking. Le Pen. Le Pen will be the next president of the French Republic. Le Pen, make France great again. Right now. And so if you go over here and you have a look at Jupp, as I typed them into Google, okay, talking about here, it turns into a three-man battle. And talking about a three-man battle here. All this stuff. But here it is. Reuters, of all people, actually tells you the truth. And this actually broke on InfoWars as well, if I'm not mistaken. But Marine Le Pen almost got put in prison by her government for trying to stand up for her cities that have basically been overrun by Muslims and Sharia law. And if you don't go along, you get beaten and raped and so on and so forth. And she spoke up for them, and they were trying to say that she was trying to incite hate crimes, but was later exonerated. Time magazine has named her as one of the 100 most powerful people in the world, and her views are right there on par with Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump in this fight against globalism and the New World Order. And everybody that's really paying attention to what's going over in France all knows the same woman they almost put in prison not too long ago is probably going to be the next president of France. And she made it very clear that when she does become president, that there is going to be a pretty big time awesome alliance between France, Russia, and the United States. So, I think Drudge may have done this unintentionally to keep with the whole Trump thing, but if you're going to report on the election in France and how significantly it mirrors what's going on in the United States, Matt Drudge, of all people, should have caught that. And he could have posted this story, but he should have posted the other story saying she's probably going to be the next president and that even the Prime Minister of France thinks she's going to win. But nowhere on Drudge Report was this on there. And I wanted to make sure that y'all were aware and y'all pay attention, because all these polls are going to keep saying Jeff's going to win by a landslide, Jeff's going to win by a landslide. And all these medias are going to lie their ass off. And Marine Le Pen is going to end up being the next president of France. And if she does, things are going to get even more interesting than they already are. Y'all take care.